My name is Jessica Shelton, and I'm going to tell you about COVID from the beginning until now, about my story. So at the beginning, it was kind of scary because you noticed we started watching it all unfold, and I come from a small town, so of course we got the end of it, and we had to watch it kind of all happen and seeing what would kind of bring our way. Well, we could predict what could have possibly happened. Everything shut down. And we have a lot of small businesses. We have a town of 15,000. So you can only imagine everything shut down. But what I've noticed that didn't shut down, what ramped up, was our industries. So industries like we have a bread factory in our hometown that my mother works at. And she said I can divulge her information over this video. So she works at a bread company, at Flowers Baking Company, and they actually got more hours in, so they got a lot of overtime during COVID, and a lot of incentives during COVID as well. So she got COVID pay, and then also just recently she got another COVID pay. So during this COVID, she's gotten 2 COVID pays that her work has distributed to her. So I work at a chicken processing plant. We have also ramped up. I've noticed that, so food industries like, Tyson, like Pico Foods where I work at, and the bread company like Flowers, they all were needed the most during this COVID. Because if you noticed, if you went to the store, there was no bread, there was no milk, there was no toilet paper. So people like the toilet paper industry, they of course were pumping out some hours, I can only imagine. So just all these industries that a lot of people, deem people for working, but at the same time, like we needed those workers the most. So we were hiring like crazy, or we were just hiring. We even hired new COVID cleaners, and that one was we created a job right there. So COVID in a way created more jobs. And they said a lot of people lost their job, but we were hiring. We kept telling people in Batesville, like, hey, if you lost your job, there's another one that opened. So we got a lot of people rounded up, and we got them during COVID cleaning. And that right there, we pay really well. So it wasn't just a minimum paying job. So that was another good thing. And they got our incentives as well. So it was nice for someone to, that was needing a job. So sorry for rambling on that one. Even during my job, I got a COVID incentive from the time it started in April. From August, I've gotten a $1 raise, and I thank God for my job that I didn't have to lose my job. And I'm glad that I found myself in the right industry when it happened. So that kind of, makes me think for my future, am I picking the right career? Because anything could happen. Like we didn't know this would happen, and a lot of people didn't either. So their jobs that they had, that they thought that they were secure, closed down or changed in itself. So like Pizza Hut, you can't walk into their lobby, so they don't need as much workers for the lobby, so therefore they probably laid off a lot of people. And you just go now and it's just the drive-through. And our Wendy's, it took a year. It just opened their lobby. And I just saw somebody posting that they opened their lobby, and it was a year ago. And it was a year to the day when they opened. So it's just stuff like that as COVID has ripped away, and it's just interesting. But a good thing out of COVID, in my last video with my friend, we did, we talked about the house. So the COVID rates, I call them the COVID rates, because the house rates were so low, we had to jump on the fact that we could get a house for the rent of just renting a house in town. So we applied for a mortgage, and we were accepted and we loved the rate, and we went for it. We bought a house, and that was interesting during COVID. It had to wait a little bit longer from being at COVID, the process, but it wasn't too bad. And then I noticed that we stayed home a lot, meaning we didn't go out because everything was shut down, and we were in order to stay home. So me and my husband got to stay home a lot more with our dogs, and we got to just really know what it was like to stay in and reunite like as a family. We cooked in more. We got to know each other more. We got to watch movies, laugh, be a family, and really annoy each other. It was just one of those things, and kind of go through COVID and then seeing if we're going to give it to one of our family members, because my husband's dad is not so well in health. So we have to really watch when we go over there if they come over. So it was a lot of different for each family I know. Holidays this year. Holidays were, and it was our new house. So of course we want to have the first holidays. Well, COVID kind of ripped that. And I bet COVID ripped so much more. I mean, mine's probably low here and everybody else is way up. I couldn't imagine what COVID has ripped from people. I've heard, lives have been ripped. Thank goodness have not had a close life ripped from COVID from me. But I couldn't imagine. I have the friends and family that have, and I've heard stories, and it's depressing. And then one thing I would love to touch on was social media. Social media, people, it has its rep. Well, just too many people are on social media at once, but it really has kicked in. It has helped us through this COVID. It has helped us reunite during COVID. We can't go to places. We're supposed to be 6 feet apart. We're supposed to stay home. Well, what do we want to do when we see our family? So we Skyped them. We videoed them. We called them. We texted them. We let them know. We did it over Skype. Like that right there is the most, during video, where we can see, talk, and even do activities together while they're at their home and we're at our home. So social media really did step up. I'm glad that we live in that era that we had this during this time, because it would have been hard. People need to connect to people. It's just, we need to. We need that energy. We need that. I need that. So I would just went nuts. And plus, our family didn't get together for a lot of the big holidays. So we took a lot of pictures. We sent them and, showed them this is what they, had to miss out on. We're sorry, and enjoyed the pictures that, this is what could have been. It's just sad, but I know that we can't get that lost time back, and a lot of people can't get that quality lost time back, but we can just kind of go from there and hope to make the best from here on out. I know that's just one of those things that we have to go through. And then, another one that I kind of have to go through, and this is my own father's fault, but my father is in jail, in prison, and this whole time he's been in prison, I have got to see him, and we are close. I mean, we have our, relationship, so it's kind of hard. I don't get to talk to him, even through the phone. I only get to know about him through his girlfriend. His girlfriend keeps me updated because she has a phone line through them. But during this COVID, they don't want visitors, and that's understandable because of the inmates and then, the guards of their family. And he is even saying that it is unreal. And he told me I can divulge his information. He said that, he just wears his mask, and it is scary, but he's in the older generation population, so he said that it's a lot chiller, and he said they tend to stay, away from everybody. He is an older gentleman, so he's trying to just serve his time and come out. So it's just been interesting not being able to go see him this time around, him being in. It's interesting during COVID. So when he gets out, and that's when I'll get to see him, which he'll be coming up for parole, but soon. So it'll been a year and some change. So that's been interesting, not during COVID. Just all the new rules during COVID. So our town, our mayor, Arkansas, our governor, is thinking about lifting the mandate at the end of this month of March about the mask. Well, just of that, my work, no, they're not doing that. We have to wear a mask. We work too close at a chicken processing plant. Everybody is just, we have our dividers, we have our policies set into place for COVID. When COVID hit, we did not know what to do. We're a chicken processing plant. We have everybody working beside each other. We have cutters, we have all this, and so we had to hurry and put into all new policies to put into place, and it had to go into effect immediately. So no one can be at risk. So we had to put up dividers. We had to put up all kinds of stuff to go into regulation of people are going to be safe during COVID and work effectively. So it was interesting watching it all go down and watching it unfold and seeing what our plant looked like at the beginning of this till now. It's all different. Like you look out there, you see dividers, and it's all a new world. It's all a new life because this is not what we're used to. And it's just kind of weird. It's just like, is this what we're constantly going to be looking at? Or are we going to move forward? And, a lot of people are starting to say a lot of things are opening back up. Well, should it not? Well, our businesses have suffered so bad, our small businesses, and they just need that. They do. They honestly do. I am rambling, it seems like, but I just wanted to kind of give you from there until now. Now I'm just working and just kind of going through it, and still have not got COVID. I don't know how, with me working at a chicken processing plant, working with everybody and posting everything, and I don't know how I have not got it. I guess I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I guess I'm keeping my distance and staying in and not going. And one thing COVID has taken, I didn't get on this, was traveling. I love to travel. It takes my anxiety away. It gets me going. It's my life. I like traveling. I applied at the beginning of this, me and my husband, for our passports, and COVID hit. We were going to go to Mexico, and COVID hit, so we couldn't go. And now, with COVID being so slightly down, we were going to plan a trip finally to Canada. And we still can't go because my work would make me quarantine coming back for 2 weeks, and I can't afford that to be off that many weeks. So therefore we can't go. Even if I get the shot, I still can't go. So I think that's, something like they don't know yet. So I don't know. I feel like if I could get the shot, maybe I could go, but I'll wait. Because I know that there's something in store and there's a reason why we should wait. So we are going to wait and abide by the rules. And even though we really want to travel, we'll do in-state travel. There's a lot of cool places I'd like to see out east I have not got to see. And we'll see how COVID takes it from there, because I know when we do a little bit of traveling in November for my birthday in Colorado, we went just a weekend. COVID was different in the big city. We had to wear a mask. Like, there was no just our small town where if you want to wear it, you want to wear it. No, you had to wear it there. And it was interesting. What was shut down, what wasn't. And then just seeing how to fly, that was interesting. How everybody was just so close to everybody, and then they were like, you have to wear your mask, and they were get you on the plane. They'd call you out like, please, in this seat, put your mask back on. So it was pretty interesting flying during COVID. And I almost got sick beforehand, but I got some steroid packs to get me right back before, because I was like, I didn't want them to not let me on the plane. So traveling during COVID was interesting, but it all happened, and hopefully I'll get to travel some more COVID style. But it's interesting. This is whole interesting to see what the future holds for us, and hopefully it'll be good still. So far it's going. So other than that, I'm gonna get off here, and thank you for listening to my story. So have a good time.